today's episode, we fire up the Billet Z06 Z06. Alright you guys, welcome back to the shop. As you can see, we got the fenders off of this thing. I did the coil relocation brackets, and those were from a company called CBM. I ended up running my custom cut to fit plug wires, little zip tie harness right there, kind of space it out nice. Let's go to the other side. Had to take the valve covers off because I got to drill and tap the covers for the new fittings. Here is the other side. So we've got this set up pretty well, same sort of fashion. Nice and clean, out of the way. Already test fit the fenders, so we won't have any issues. I didn't want to run this anywhere across the computer, the secondary ignition, so hopefully that won't give us any issues. I don't think we will, because I've seen guys mount them where they have the wires run directly across the PCM, so that's why I mounted it here, which it does fit. See, we got the driver's side exhaust header in, and all the fuel rail wiring's all hooked up. You know, it's all ran through the intake. Pretty nice, clean setup. All the fuel lines are in the back, all black anodized, nothing in the front, capped off. We've got some new clamps for the cold air, so that's going to get redone. But the rubber boots themselves are in good shape. Here's the fenders over here, just sitting. So that's what we have. It's a push lock style, just like factory. Runs it under there. Also have the fresh air tube coming here, filtered air. So that's going to plug into that right there. And it came out really nice. Also, you got this hydrocarbon dipped fuse block holder. You know, it looks cool. Same with those little caps. Plug wires are all ran through the bottom. Valve covers are done. Let's go to the driver's side. And this is what we have on the driver's side. That custom bent line, I ended up heating that up and using a pipe bender to get that to form. And it's a push lock, so really easy to service them. Alternators on. So I got to throw the belt on. I'm wondering, since we're using an underdrive pulley, when I end up spacing this alternator out, I might get away with the factory belt. I don't know. I got my fingers crossed. We'll see. And I also got these different hose clamps. They're aluminum, so they're very clean. So you no longer have a worm gear style clamp. Really nice. So those are from Phase 2. Is the company name. So if anybody's looking to get some custom logos made, these all came from Emblem Pros. Pretty nice. It's actually got like a 3D texture to it. It's not cheap, it's not cheesy or anything. Very nice emblems. Hooked up the pressure gauge, got it set somewhere around 16 pounds. There you go. I just finished up the cooling system right there. Have a split to run for the rear cylinder head steam lines. That'll keep hot spots from forming, and it's holding pressure, so our cooling system is good. So we'll try to find a new belt for it, and then should be able to fire this thing up. And we've also got some sound deadening material that the customer brought to me. So trying something new. It's basically this foam backed stuff. It's really light, which is nice because that Dynamat stuff does have a little bit of weight to it. So got the seats pretty much out of it, and the center console's out, so I'm gonna have to push this thing out. So I'm gonna try to get it running first and then try to finish that up. So we're gonna run to the parts store real quick and try to grab it a belt. So used a vacuum fitting to merge this pipe together. This is basically an extension because the original one was a little short, so I ended up cutting it and then splicing in a new section of line so we can have our factory push fit connections here, which is nice, all factory style. So pretty much got everything summed up with the car. We put a belt on it, got all the coolant lines run, tested, holding 16 psi for, I've at least checked it for 30 minutes and it was good. So we probably won't have any coolant leaks. All the exhaust is done, so the only thing next is to add fluids and finish off the interior. Once that's taken care of, then the car will be officially done.
Pop the hood.
Pop the hood?
Hey, pop the hood.
Pop the hood?
Got the Varam cold air intake. We got a Varam mass airflow housing, custom 45 couplers that I ended up trimming up to a 102mm Nick Williams electronic throttle body. We've got the Plasma Man intake manifold, Moroso 2.5-inch billet covers, which required custom fitting. We got Stainless Works 2-inch headers. We've got the Stainless Works X-pipe. Right now it's got stock LS7 mufflers with the dual mode, a carbon fiber hydro dip style fuse block cover. Overlay covers, these are from American Carcraft. This radiator cover is actually discontinued, but it was being made by C7 Carbon. We ran 4-corner cylinder head breathing just by running a CTSV steam pipe for it and put that in the back, stock LS7 in the front, and then we went in with a Y connection down there to tie them all in. All the fuel lines and everything's Earls. Some of the stuff was ICT billet. The injectors are Deech work. Custom size on the belt, we've got the ATI performance dampener. We've got an ARP bolt. Norris Racing PCV catch can. Ran with the Earls. Alright, so pretty much got all the fluids in it, and we're gonna get ready to fire this thing up. Get some tuning in on her and have to come back after that. First run.